They said the monster under the bed was just a childhood fear. But last night, it reached out and grabbed her ankle, and this time, it wasn't letting go. Maya had never liked sleeping in unfamiliar places, but the old house she had inherited from her grandmother felt more unsettling than she expected. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and mothballs, and the faded wallpaper seemed to peel away like dead skin, revealing the cracked wood beneath. Her new bedroom was small, with a single window that let in pale moonlight, and an ancient wooden bed that groaned every time she shifted her weight. That first night, she lay staring at the ceiling, trying to ignore the faint creaks and sighs of the settling house. Just as she began to drift into uneasy sleep, she heard it a whisper. At first, it was so soft she thought it was her imagination, but then it came again, clearer this time, curling into her ear as though someone was right beside her. Maya. The sound seemed to rise from the floor, from the shadows beneath the bed. Her breath caught in her throat. She squeezed her eyes shut and told herself it was just the wind, just the strange noises old houses make at night. But the whisper didn't stop. It came again, slower, more deliberate, almost coaxing. She pulled the blanket over her head, heart hammering against her ribs, feeling the cold air press in around her. The minutes dragged by, her ears straining for every sound, until finally the whisper faded into silence. She exhaled shakily, her body tense and aching from fear. Just as sleep began to claim her, she felt it, a subtle vibration through the mattress. A shudder of the wooden frame, as if something heavy had just shifted beneath her. The next evening, Maya tried to shake off the unease from the night before. She told herself it had just been a trick of her mind, the kind that comes when you're tired and in a new place. But the moment the sun dipped below the horizon, the house seemed to change. The shadows in her room stretched unnaturally long, pooling like ink in the corners. She left the bedside lamp on, its soft glow casting a warm circle of light. But it only seemed to make the darkness beyond feel deeper. For a while, nothing happened. She sat on her bed, reading, her ears tuned to every sound. Then it came, a faint scratching, so light it might have been a mouse, except it was directly beneath her. She froze, heart stuttering in her chest. The scratching stopped, and was replaced by the whisper. This time it was clearer, more insistent, her name repeated in a low, almost impatient tone. She gripped the blanket, pulling it up to her chin, but before she could move, something cold brushed against her foot. The touch was dry, rough, and unmistakably human. She gasped, yanking her legs up, her eyes darting to the shadow under the bed. For a heartbeat, there was only darkness. Then, from that blackness, two eyes appeared, large, unblinking, and fixed on her. They didn't blink. They didn't shift. They just stared, reflecting the dim light like glass marbles. A surge of panic sent her scrambling off the bed, her bare feet hitting the cold wooden floor. She locked the door with trembling hands, pressing her back against it. The room was silent again, but from under the bed came a slow, deliberate scraping, like nails dragging across wood, and she knew whatever was there was still waiting. By the third night, Maya's nerves were frayed, but something deeper than fear kept her from leaving. It was as if the house itself didn't want her to go, pulling her back with invisible strings. She told herself she would stay awake all night, lights on, phone in hand, ready to call for help at the first sign of movement. Midnight came, and the air in the room turned heavy, pressing against her chest with every breath. The whisper began again, low and rhythmic, repeating her name over and over like a chant. She gripped her phone tighter, but her fingers felt numb. The sound grew deeper, less like a human voice and more like something ancient, vibrating through the floorboards. The bed creaked not from her movement, but from weight shifting beneath it. Then, without warning, an icy grip closed around her ankle. She screamed, twisting and kicking, but the grip only tightened. In a violent jerk, she was yanked downward, her body sliding off the mattress as the sheets bunched and tore beneath her nails. She tried to grab the bed frame, but her hands slipped on the polished wood. Her head dipped below the edge of the bed, and in the dim glow of the lamp, she saw it, pale skin stretched tight over a long, inhuman face. Those same unblinking eyes now inches from hers, and a jagged smile splitting its lips. The voice was no longer a whisper. It was a growl. "Stay with me." With one last pull, the darkness swallowed her. The bed shifted back into place, the sheets falling neatly as if nothing had happened. In the silent room, the lamp flickered, once, and from beneath the bed. The whisper began again, this time calling someone else's name. If you enjoyed this chilling story, don't forget to like, comment, and share to keep the scares coming. Subscribe to Deep Epoch for more tales you'll never forget.